taking my splits from these colonies, and things are working out pretty well. I'm not doing any equalizing. I'm typically finding the top is getting pretty heavy in honey, so we got to move a little quicker here. And I'm finding my true splits are filling up pretty fast too, and we got to get to them because they're sporting a lot of brood. And it's going to get hard to work with them if they hatch and pack themselves full of honey. So we're going to have cells ready on Saturday, and we're going to get busy and make up a bunch of nukes and try to stay ahead of the cells as they come ready. That's probably one of my bigger hives. I'll have to come back and take these guys down on our next round. Make sure they don't swarm on us. Giving them space is going to help expand that nest. So for the most part, what we're doing is we're taking the splits off the hive and we're adding another box. What we're doing is we're going to give them more space because they need more space. Always keeping my hives a little bit tight just to make sure they grow properly. But I walk the line. We can't get them too tight this time of year, they're going to swarm on us. So here's one of the ones we equalized. We'll just take a peek underneath to see what's going on. A couple cups, nothing in them. Nothing in it. 2 cups, 3 cups, nothing in that one. So these guys, you know, it's right on the edge. So now we got to keep ahead of these guys with a bit of space. We'll come around the next round and we'll identify the large ones, and we'll take those ones down a little bit more, and then we'll identify the small ones and give them a boost. And my intentions are, after I'm done this round and the next round, I want all my hives to be exactly the same size. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here by taking off the splits off the big ones and then adding the second boxes. So the whole apiary, by the time I'm done, would take one more day to put boxes out. One more day and the whole apiary should be within a frame, a brood difference within one another. And then the next round we go through just sifting back and forth to make everything exactly the same size. This round we have to work pretty quick because I leave them too tight all the time, just because that's what I do. And then we slap a bunch of space on top, and then they move that nest up into that second box. And it works really well. I like confining the queen in the bottom to utilize all the space in the bottom box, and then just before that brood hatches, the bees move up with the queen. The queen will start laying up on top and help her expand her brood nest. I want to keep all those bees, and I want to keep that queen laying and on the anticipation of the honey flow coming. I might lose 1 or 2 to swarming. An old beekeeper once told me, if your hives aren't swarming, then your apiary is no good. So we're always going to have a little bit of swarming just because we walk that balance, we walk that line a lot. But for the most part, for the general part of the apiary, we are right on time right now. So we just got to make sure I get my work done within the next few days, get some space on top of these hives and allow the expansion. By adding the space on top, it's nice and warm now. There's no fear of shocking that nest. Put that space on top before that nest is actually expanding it, before that brood hatches and before that nest expands. It kind of shocks them back a little bit, and I think it sets them back a bit. So I like to add the space as they grow up into it. So it's hard to time that, but I do the best I can at it. And that is exactly my intention with all this. I'm very deliberate on what I'm doing here right from the start. and right through to the honey pole. I'm very deliberate on what and how I grow these nests out and up. Anyways, I got to get back to work before it gets dark. I'm just trying to fit another yard in. The crew's gone. We had a long day today. It's a very hot day, long day. And I'm just trying to fit another yard in before dark.